According to a recent report by National Public Radio, Lufkin, a city in East Texas, is struggling with an increase in the number of invasive monkeys. These monkeys are said to have caused significant property damage, endangered public health, and even threatened the safety of people. In some cases, people have been attacked by monkeys, leading to a high risk of infection. Monkey feces are all over the streets, gardens, and amusement parks, causing serious environmental pollution and affecting public health. The wastewater system is also clogged with monkey feces, leading to the risk of disease outbreaks. Are you currently living in an area with invasive monkeys? What the climate and surroundings feel like? Lufkin, Texas, is famous for having the largest wild monkey population in the Americas, attracting millions of tourists each year. However, currently the city is facing a crisis caused by these monkeys. The number of monkeys increased dramatically, up to more than 3.5, and flooded the city, disrupting order and affecting people's lives. They destroy homes and businesses and even threaten human health. In the past, some residents fed monkeys and considered them part of the city's identity. However, the sudden increase in numbers caused the situation to become out of control. Going forward, what is the estimated cost of maintaining the invasive monkey control system in Lufkin, Texas, in USD per year? What is the reason for the increasing monkey invasion? The first reason is that tourists often throw trash indiscriminately and bring food and drinks, creating conditions for monkeys to easily find food. Feeding monkeys, especially food prepared by humans, will stimulate monkey reproduction. At the same time, local authorities need to take measures to deal with invasive monkeys so that they do not come and harass tourists. How do you feel when you are a tourist being harassed by invasive monkeys? Comment number 1 if you feel scared and anxious when being physically impacted by them. The invasive monkey problem in Lufkin, Texas, is becoming more serious as the monkeys are frequently seen bathing in water tanks. Lufkin has many public water tanks used to water plants and provide water for outdoor activities. However, some invasive monkeys have discovered these water tanks and consider them an ideal destination for bathing. Some people tried to chase the monkeys out of the water tank, but these monkeys were very smart and agile, making it difficult to chase them away. A final major influence was the act of feeding invasive monkeys by people in the Lufkin area. According to statistics, the amount of waste caused by monkeys in Lufkin increased by 30% compared to before, leading to the risk of disease outbreaks. The number of infections due to living near the monkey invasion area in Lufkin has doubled in the past year. Although local authorities have implemented many propaganda and education measures, many people still lack awareness and continue to feed monkeys. To control invasive monkeys effectively over the long term, close coordination between local authorities, people, and wildlife protection organizations is needed. Don't take your eyes off the screen. The following video shows how to deal with invasive monkeys using traps. Using net traps requires patience and skill with the aim of not harming animals while ensuring safe data collection or taking necessary measures. However, the controversy surrounding wild monkey hunting has always been a big problem. Two opposing views were given. Some people said that this operation was cruel and unnecessary, while the U.S. government asserted that this was a measure to protect property and people's health. Net traps made from polyethylene fibers are cheaper and easier to find than other types of net traps. However, polyethylene fibers have lower durability and are not suitable for use in harsh environments. Therefore, you need to consider when buying this type of trap. Unlike net traps, iron cage traps are made from iron and are painted with a layer of paint on the outside to help preserve the trap for a long time. What is the convenience of this type of iron cage trap? This type of trap can be placed in cities where monkeys are infested. Every time people set a trap, they catch 5 to 10. They are often easily attracted by the bait in the trap. Attractive baits. When monkeys approach and try to find food, they will take the opportunity to find a way to get inside and access the corn. The use of traps must also comply with the provisions of the law. Hunters are licensed people who know how to use trap mechanisms, must be knowledgeable about monkey behavior, and also need to be able to handle dangerous situations when the trap is attacked. According to statistics from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, in 2023, more than 3,000 invasive monkeys were caught in cage traps statewide. This number is down about 20% from 2022, when more than 1,200 invasive monkeys were captured. In particular, for the city of Lufkin, more than 1,500 invasive monkeys have been captured in the past 2 years. Don't worry about the problem of invasive monkeys. Local authorities will try to protect the community. Besides, people also use wooden traps, but it will take more time to install, and each time the trap will be less effective than the above two methods. So you must learn about the mechanism of action and effectiveness of traps before going hunting. You will wonder how the people of Texas will handle them after monkey traps invade, right? They will take humane actions to ensure animal welfare and policies. Nature reserves will be places for invasive monkeys to freely search for food and not affect the lives of people in the city. Is the Texas farmer's approach to dealing with invasive monkeys the most effective method? In the area where you live, if there is an invasion of monkeys, how do the hunters there deal with it? Please comment and share your solutions below to help the Texas area. Thank you for accompanying me until the end of the video about dealing with invasive species. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to support us.
Texas is the largest state in the United States, with an area of more than 268,000 square miles. Texas' terrain is diverse, including plains, hills, deserts, and forests. Most of Texas is plain. The Texas plains are some of the most fertile agricultural lands in the United States. Wild boars often forage in plain areas where they can find plenty of grass, grain, and crop. The western part of Texas is mountainous. The southern and southeastern parts of Texas are desert. Wild boars are also frequently appear in these areas. East Texas, in particular, is a wooded area where berries, seeds, and other plants are abundant. The growth of wild boar has been clearly seen in these areas. Feral hogs are found in all 254 Texas counties, but are most concentrated in the eastern, central, and southern regions. Wild boars are very fast animals and can run away from traditional hunting methods such as hunting on foot or hunting with a vehicle. Moving will be more of a disadvantageous situation in many different types of terrain. Traveling on foot to hunt in mountainous areas and forests will cause hunters to encounter many dangers and waste their energy. Helicopters can move much faster and more flexibly than traditional hunting methods, making it easier for hunters to track and shoot wild boars. Wild boars often live in remote and difficult to reach areas. Helicopters can help hunters access these areas more easily. The Texas Feral Hog Hunting Campaign was conducted by a group of local farmers and contractors. The campaign used helicopters to detect and shoot wild boars. Pilots are trained to identify wild boars and will use sniper equipment to shoot them down. Before boarding, make sure the hunter has all the necessary license and permits to hunt in Texas. Hunters should also check the weather forecast to ensure that weather conditions are suitable for flight and hunting. Choose a pilot who is experienced and trained in helicopter hunting. Pilots can help hunters find areas rich in wildlife and ensure that the hunter's flight is safe. When the hunter is flying, use the hunter's vision to assess the situation. Look for signs of wildlife, such as footprints, droppings, and noise. Make sure hunters have the right equipment for helicopter hunting. This includes sniper gear, scopes, and a helmet. Always hunt safely and responsibly. Always know the location of hunters and others in the area. Flying at lower altitudes also for clearer visibility and easier detection of wildlife. Taking it slow in the air provides ample time to process information and make well-informed decisions. Wild animals often prefer resting in shaded areas during the daytime. Seek out regions with trees or other structures that create shadows for potential observation. Texas boasts numerous areas teeming with diverse wildlife. Familiarize yourself with these locations and tailor your flight plan accordingly. With a bit of preparation and hands-on experience, you can evolve into an effective helicopter hunter. This campaign has proven to be a successful method for managing the wild hog population. In the year 2022 alone, this initiative succeeded in eliminating approximately 50,000 wild hogs. Soar into the skies with confidence, armed with the knowledge of the terrain and the skills needed to make a significant impact on the wild hog population. The cost of the Texas feral hog hunting campaign is shared between farmers and contractors. Farmers typically pay for plane rentals and pilots, while contractors are responsible for ammunition and other expenses. The average cost for a wild boar hunt by a plane is about $500. This cost can vary depending on the size of the area being hunted, the number of wild boars captured, and other factors. The Texas feral hog hunting campaign is an effective way to control invasive feral hog populations. This campaign has minimized damage to crops and the environment in the state. However, with such a large cost, you should also consider before participating in these hunts. What additional measures have Texas farmers taken to deal with wild boar hunting? Let's see more and more through this whole entire video together. Let's continue watching. Unlike other animals we often encounter, raccoons have quickly become a favorite from North America to Europe, with a large focus on transporting them through various means. Since the early decades of the 19th century, raccoons were brought into Europe through diverse means of transport. All traders imported these raccoons directly, not only as feet in the wildlife trade, but also because of their rarity and uniqueness. Initially, the raccoon population in Europe numbered only a few hundred animals, but over time, the number increased significantly. The first raccoons imported to Europe were not only rare in quantity, but also in incredible economic value. To put them in an unbelievable price range, raccoons in 1870 cost around $100. The figure equates to around $2,500 today. This is an example of the uniqueness and nobility of this animal, which makes keeping raccoons a challenging hobby and responsibility. Although prices have decreased over time, raccoons are still remaining as an expensive pet, costing around $1,000 in 2023. This increase in price reflects the raccoon's nobility and rarity, and it is not just a pet market problem, but also an incentive to increase conservation efforts. This high cost is not only a factor in educating the public about the value of these species' conservation, but also an important source of income to maintain and develop the raccoon sanctuaries. With high fertility and good adaptation to new habitats, raccoons can dominate the competition where they live. Another problem is the potential spread of infectious diseases. Raccoons can carry diseases such as rabies, anthrax, and leptospirosis, posing a risk to both native animals and humans. This increases the risks to the health of the environment and the community. In cities, invasive raccoons can create a variety of problems, including damaging homes, stealing food from pets, and polluting the environment through noise and uncontrolled movement. When checking the roofs of people's houses, they will be found hiding inside the roof. What if your area had raccoons around? Would that be a trouble or something blessing? Raccoon traps appeared in the 19th century, invented by farmers in Europe faced with the problem of rapidly growing raccoon populations, causing damage to crops and livestock. They needed an effective solution. The price of the cage ranges from $50 to $100, depending on size, material, and features. Traps help capture raccoons effectively and humanly, reducing damage to crops and livestock, reduce the risk of disease spread from raccoons to people and other animals as well. Raccoon traps are not only a personal solution, but are also widely used by governments and NGOs across Europe. Place traps in areas where raccoons frequent, such as near food and water sources. Check the trap cage regularly to release raccoons immediately after they are caught. With raccoon traps, Europe has found a comprehensive solution to minimize the negative impact of raccoon populations, while protecting farmers and their habitat. In addition to using raccoon traps, European farmers have used hunting as an effective way to deal with raccoon populations. Hunting mainly takes place at night, humanizing the nocturnal instincts of this animal. Raccoons possess good eyesight in the dark, suitable for hunting at night to avoid human attention. The method of hunting raccoons has been used in Europe for a long time, even before the invention of trapping raccoons. As of now, regulations regarding raccoon hunting licenses vary depending on the country. While in some other countries, hunting can be carried out without a license. In others, it requires participants to obtain a permit from the authorities. According to a study by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, hunting has significantly reduced raccoon populations in Europe. Over the past 50 years, this population has decreased by 30%. This is an important step forward in maintaining the balance between wildlife populations and the natural biosphere. Europe is famous not only for its natural beauty, but also for its unique wildlife reserves. This reserve is not only the largest in Europe, but is also home to about 100 raccoons. With an area exceeding 1,000 square kilometers, Hoogkempen ensures the provision of natural habitat and the protection of raccoons. With an area of more than 600 square kilometers, is home to 50 raccoons, and that is the Lunaburger Heide. This place is not only a natural habitat for raccoons, but also an ideal destination for nature lovers. The first person responsible for bringing raccoons into protected areas in Europe was the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, in 1979. With the Raccoon Rescue Program, IUCN has transferred hundreds of raccoons into protected areas, laying the foundation for species conservation and recovery.
So since these solutions have been effective in preventing the growth of colonies of some invasive species, do you believe in any other better solution? If so, please don't forget to share your comments and opinions down below. Plus, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to support our channel with our upcoming videos. And lastly, don't forget to share this video with all your friends so that they can watch it and enjoy it as well.